Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Sensual Womb Whispers, the podcast. I'm your host, RIZANA SHAHJAHAN Abdul Razak. On this series, Lock Up Your Kitty, I am going to be talking about some really uncomfortable stuff, y'all. Warning y'all in advance, this is needed especially with the young women of the world, because a lot of older women, we're not talking or we're not teaching our younger women some serious intel. We're not teaching our younger women some serious lessons, success lessons. We're not teaching them because many of us are not even aware of these success lessons. I'm sorry. Many of us have not been aware because we were not taught. But I believe it's my duty to teach young women, old women, moderate women, women in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. These need to be taught. That is why I started the Lock Up Your Kitty series. So on this series, we're going to go raw. We're going to go candid. I've already posted an episode. Episode 1 was with SHAHJAHAN, where we spoke about orgasms and manifestation and doing things. And this is episode 2. And in episode 2, I really want to go into why on God's earth do I want you all to lock up your kitty? And what does it mean to lock up your kitty? So I know there is, maybe I have explained this in this season 1, but season 1, it's been 3 months since season 1 or more. And I've gained so much more knowledge, so much more understanding. And y'all, I'm loving this. So 1, why do you need to lock up your kitty? What is your kitty? Now, the word kitty, when I started the series, when I put up kitty, locking up your kitty, kitty, pussy, you can go to my Instagram page and see all of those things that I've spoken about. Pussy love, pussy power, everything like that. It really triggered some women. It really triggered some women because the female's genitals, as it is, has been called so many names in a derogatory manner. And the purpose of calling the female's genitals all of these names is to shame us, is to keep control of us, is to make us feel ashamed of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty, has blessed us with. This is control. And to be fair, you all can say, oh, it's the men's work. It's the men doing the control. It's the men who control. It's the patriarchy. Not always. Not all the time. Sorry to burst your bubble. Not all the time. Women of higher status and higher class, higher income group do this to women of lower class, lower caste, lower income category. They say this, they do this to shame other women whom they believe are beneath themselves. Don't believe me? Let me give you an example of an incident that happened in India on a train in northern part of India. And I saw this video. You can go search it on Insta or TikTok. Let me give you an example. There is a woman of a higher class, a woman in a higher class, in the sense higher caste. She's entered this train and she can't find the place for her son to sit. For her, her son must be about 6, 7 years old, for him to sit and for her to sit as well. Now, she meets this couple and she, on sight, she can see, I don't know how she decides because, wallahi, I tell you, they're taught. how to distinguish, to discriminate. Okay. And so she saw this couple and she saw them to be of a lower caste. To be fair, I'm not very well versed on this caste, but I should, I believe. I will. So a couple of a lower caste was sitting there, and you know what this woman was telling them? She was calling them names. She was saying stuff to them. She's saying that she was calling them names, and she was calling them names. Sorry, I just got distracted with something which my daughter has sent. And like I will say, this is raw. This is live. There's no editing in this. So in between me doing my podcast, I got a message from my teenage daughter with regards to some shipment refunds. Mom's life. Anyhow, back to the story. Now, she was calling them names. She was saying, "Oh, you're such low. You're from the low caste. You're low people. You're this. You're that. How dare you sit in a place where high people are supposed to sit?" And the husband, he just smiled and he got up and left. He got up from his seat. Kept his wife to sit there because he's like, I don't need her to get up. You want one seat? I'll give you the seat. He didn't reply to her. He didn't say anything to her. Even though this woman was clearly antagonizing the couple. He got up and he left. She didn't stop there. She started calling the woman names. She started calling her a slut. She started calling her useless. She started calling her all kinds of derogatory names. Of course, the husband got pissed and he attacked the woman who was calling his wife names. And the girl, I mean, the wife, who she instantly, look. She instantly stepped in and she stopped her husband. She didn't allow this to continue. She clearly seems to be a more educated girl. The wife seems more educated than the woman who was harassing them, who's of a higher class. Clearly, the woman of the higher class, she doesn't look very educated. Even though she's from a higher caste, her behavior doesn't show that. And this wife, who's clearly of a lower caste, because that's what that woman stated, um, she instantly stepped in. Like, she instantly stepped in between her husband and the woman, and she told the woman to leave, go, move away from this compartment. And she was calming her husband down, saying, stop, don't, relax. And she was not scared. That's what I loved about this video. The wife wasn't scared. She stepped in with a determined face and she told the woman to go, and she looked at her husband and she told him, like, her eyes were wide and she wasn't afraid. She knew the husband will not do anything to her. That's her, how do I put it? That's her trust in her man. She told him, she raised her hands up and she told him, stop, relax. I want you all to realize this. Another woman called somebody of her same gender, but because she was supposedly in a lower caste, she can verbally abuse her. We women, we are the ones who give the men this level of authority, this level of power to abuse us. So when women tell me, oh, don't use the word kitty, don't use the word pussy, that's so derogatory for us. This is all men's work. Who gave men the power to do this? Who gave men the power? Pick me women. You can get upset with me, no problem. It doesn't matter. I want to call this out. Pick me women who are misogynistic women. They too, and this has been happening for centuries. This ain't new, darling. This ain't new. This has been going on for centuries. Women have always brought down other women. Why have women brought down other women? What is wrong with us? Why do we treat another sister lower than us? For what privilege? Let's take history. Let's take these so-called women of royalty, women of nobility. They treated women, peasants, or women of lower caste very badly. Why? Because they wanted to be the favorite. And let's take these the royal courts of concubines and mistresses. One female is always against another because she wants to be the king's favorite. Now you all tell me, but Riz, isn't that the king's fault? He's choosing a favorite. Who gave him the permission that he can choose a favorite? Who taught him that he can have a favorite? So what if he has a favorite? Big bloody deal. Why do you want? Because it comes with privilege. It comes with privilege. We want a privilege. No matter how much we scream from the rooftops about femininity, about feminine power, about feminism, about all of those things, we still want privileges from men. So why not pussy? Why not kitty? Because again, oh, that's so derogatory. Oh my God, I feel so bad. Why are you allowing a term to dictate your emotion? Oh, that's going to be the name of this episode. Even though I was planning on talking about why lock up your kitty, kitty power, etc., etc. They'll come on the next episodes. Why give a word, why allow a word to determine your state? Why? I'm not saying that these are nice words. No, because words carry vibration, and the strength of the vibration is dependent upon the level of focus given to that state of vibration. So the word kitty, the word pussy, it becomes so strong, it becomes synonymous with derogatory elements of a female because we've given that word that level of permission. So why not kitty? Oh, it was created by a man. I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know a man came up with it. Possibly a female came up with it. How would we know? A female would have come up with I believe a female would have come up with it to tell her her younger sister, her daughter, a grandchild, a child in her patronage, saying like, lock up your kitty. No, sorry, not lock up your kitty. Cover up your kitty. Keep your kitty covered. And that could be a code word. Could have been used as a code word without saying close your genitals. Close your vulva. Yikes. It could have been that. And you'll be like, no, Rez, it's created by a man because of the hair and it looks like a pussycat. F off. Again, you're giving men way too much importance than they deserve regarding this. Why? And then you're saying, they're using this, they're calling us this. The strength of that word depends on the level of your focus. So if you like me, if you and everybody around you, you educate them saying, don't give this word so much focus. Just because somebody says water does not mean you're going to be you're going to be drenched. Just because somebody says lake does not mean you're going to be drowned. How come that makes sense and this doesn't? Because of indoctrination. Because we've been indoctrinated to the level that we can't think for ourselves. And we can't think for ourselves because there's so much disturbance around us. There's so much chaos. The Wi-Fi signal is known to literally affect our nervous system. But we have to live with it because we need Wi-Fi. I'm culprit to it. But then you need to constantly learn to clean. Lock up your energy. And your energy is leaked and accessed through your kitty. Nobody needs to put their hand there, darling. People can absorb it, especially men. And I'll speak about this on the next episode. Not the next one, the one after that. That episode is about men are not your friends. Controversial, I know, but men are not your friends. Please. Please. Get that through your head. Okay. So, again, why are you allowing a word to determine your state? This could be any word. I'm just using kitty because of the strength of focus in that word. Why can we not break that? Why can we not redefine it? Because it has been pushed to us. We've been indoctrinated through media, through people's speech, through words just being said in the air. Now think about it. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is proven fact. When people say certain words in the air repeatedly, they might not be even in your own country. They might be in a completely different continent. But if they want your energy field in your country to be affected, they can do that while they're sitting there. So this is why this word pussy, even though many don't even understand the language, people don't even know English, sometimes they feel, okay, that I don't know why it doesn't feel so good, because of the indoctrination that has been done to our sacred space through vibration that crosses boundaries. You think you're safe? You think just because you're behind a wall or something that nothing is going to touch you, energy is going to come to you. Come on, darling. Go check out the Faraday rooms, the Faraday clothing, the Faraday materials. Go check those out. I will speak more about those in the upcoming episodes. So why not pussy? What's wrong with it? Like I said, I started this episode with, what is your pussy? What is the pussy? Sorry, what is the kitty? What is the kitty? And it's been so, like somebody who uses the word kitty, somebody who uses the word pussy, they're like so free. They're so cool. They're so mod and trendy and hip. No such thing as that. It's just a word. Don't fall for that propaganda. It's just a word. The person who says, my kitty, my pussy has so sexual independence, has so sexual freedom that they can say such stuff. Bullshit. It's not sexual freedom. Don't even get me started on sexual freedom. Like I said, this series is going to be a candid one. So what is your kitty? Why do I keep speaking about your kitty? Why do I keep harping on you locking up your kitty? Your kitty is your energetic portal. That is the entryway to your sacred womb. So it's like the doorway to a room of untold treasures. So how should that doorway be? Like, think about this. Let's take Alibaba and the 40 thieves, 30 thieves. Wow, I forgot it was 40 or 30. Wallahi. Okay, Napad. Yeah, it's 40 thieves because see, I see how our brain works. I remembered it in my mother tongue. Alibabavum Napad Thirudarhal. So Napad Thirudarhal means 40 thieves. That's how memory works, y'all. Neuroplasticity at its height. Alhamdulillah. So Alibaba and 40 thieves. So when Alibaba saw the leader of the thieves he saw him saying, open simse or open sesame. It's open simse, right? In Tamil we say thirandiru. Thirandiru, yeah, thirandiru sise, like open sise. Okay, so and the doorway to the treasure was a solid rock wall. And the doorway to your sacred womb, the portal of portals, the thing that is connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's arsh, the bridge to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's arsh, which means it's the most fascinating, most fabulous, most amazing creation, has a straw doorway, has no protection, the doorway. The doorway is completely open. Think about it. Why? Why would you do that? So when I harp on saying locking up your kitty, first understand what your kitty is. I need you to understand what your kitty is. Understand that that is a doorway to portals, to universes, to vortices. All of them are there. Your sacred womb is not just an organ that has bleeding every month and is a incubation bag for a baby. No, it's way more than that. So what is your kitty? I will end with this. What is your kitty? The doorway to unimaginable power. But because you do not know how to access your power, you do not know how to use your power, you do not know what your power actually means, this does not mean that others don't know. I'm sorry, that's the funny part. You don't know. Others do. And they do access. And sometimes the ones who try to access your power don't even know they're accessing your power, but they're put onto that path by somebody else. I don't want to go dark as yet, but I will go dark. I need you all to open your eyes. I need you all to see what is right in front of your face. What is your kitty? The doorway to the portal. But do you know? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.